At the end of the 12th century, there were many invasions in the north of India to become the Delhi Sultanate. All the invaders had an eye for gaining more loot in the form of treasury, slaves for their army, services, and domestic work. In one such poor Hindu household in Gujarat, there lived a little boy not yet reached his teenage years. He was unaware that his family had to pay taxes to the ruling Muslim sultans. That year, the family could not save enough money to pay the taxes. The tax collectors would come to their house in a few weeks. They were scared and knew what was going to happen, and were mortified that they would not be able to do anything but oblige. And so one evening they came. Once they knew that they were in debt, they ordered a few generals to abduct their kid. His mother watched, unable to move a muscle, his father looking down, unable to face his child's outcry. The boy was dragged, he could not escape, and all his struggles were in vain. Chains across his body, the general pushed him aside. A cart. There he saw many boys and girls like him, some even younger. All of them were crying. Some had blood running down their heads, scratches on their arms and legs. The abducted children were fear-stricken. Some had gone mute, their eyes had lost the spark of life. But he was confident that he would come back. He would not lose himself. He will survive. The cart was completely shut, letting no light pass through. Occasionally, it would be open to provide them with food and water. The boy confronted others not to cry and stay brave. The journey continued for months. Some of their birthdays passed. During still nights, he looked at the sky, memorizing stars to go back home. But little did he know that he was very far in the desert land of Afghanistan. Finally, the journey ended. They were converted to Islam and given new names. The boy was named Malik Kafur. Malik and his other brothers were taught the art of warfare. Some were taught to play instruments and mainly service and household chores for the rich and wealthy. Malik wanted to learn warfare. On one such day, when he was practicing his bow and arrow skills, there was a person closely noticing his movements. He heard soft murmurs of the conversation with his teacher. The teacher that night called Malik and told him that he would be taken to Misriya, Egypt, for rigorous training. Before that, you should be castrated. Malik had no choice but to agree. After all, he was a slave who could be bought by coins. He was furious but did not show it. As he laid his foot on the land of the pharaohs, he was mesmerized by the sheer grandeur and beauty of the pyramids. The pyramids were stripped away from its limestone to build mosques with them. There he met the high priest, who taught him to speak and write in Arabic. He learnt more warfare, sword training, and was told to keep himself in pristine condition, with no skin blemishes, sparkling like the limestones. He turned 16 and was hitting puberty. He wanted to feel love and affection. He was exceptionally talented in services he would provide for the nobility. He was wanted in Persia. The kings praised his beauty and marveled at his physique. Soon his price rose in the slave market. He had decided that if he had no other choice than to be a slave, he would at least be the best at it. But his heart yearned for a kind eye, a soft and loving touch, and calming words. He wanted to feel important, not just needed for sex and discarded away. He turned 20. As he matured, he became more muscular. His Adam's apple protruded and his hair grew long, curly, and luscious. One night he escaped and traveled to his hometown. He saw his crippled father still slaving away in the fields. He approaches his childhood home. His mother greeted him but was trembling with fear. She thought that he was a tax collector. he saw a small 7-year-old boy hiding behind her dupatta. He wanted to introduce himself to his mother that he was her son, but had forgotten his name that they had given him. He asked if they remembered him in a strong Persian accent. His mother could not understand him. He wanted to say her child came back home, but his voice cracked. He understood that it would be better for him to leave, as he did not want his mother to panic. He said nothing. He had stumbled at the wrong place. He says Kudafis and leaves. He turns and walks away, wiping his tears running down his cheeks. He hated himself for what we had become. No one remembers him. He forgot his own name, his identity, only formed from the person he was owned by. He could create no name for himself. He was blinded by anger. He killed mercilessly. He wanted everything destroyed, in ruins. A world which did not remember him need not remember itself. He became a ruthless assassin. The start of the 13th century came in a peculiar news that the Delhi Sultanate was challenged by the Khiljis. He heard the victories of a fierce prince named Alauddin Khilji who defeated the Mongols. His bravery resonated towards every corner of India. It was rumored that the prince had an insatiable thirst for everything precious. In the monsoon, there arrived a ship of Sultan Jalaluddin Khilji. He wanted to give a prize to Alauddin Khilji for his victory at Devagiri. He knew Alauddin was fond of slave boys. He decided that he would buy Malik Kafur as a present, as he was the most valued slave in the market and was very loyal. Malik was intrigued by Alauddin. He admired him from the stories the common folk told. He started romanticizing him. He was excited on the way to Devagiri. He arrived and had covered himself with a white cloth, a present waiting to be opened. Jalaluddin introduced him. He smirked. Alauddin approached him. As Malik laid eyes on Alauddin, he was engulfed by the shadow of his broad shoulders. His hair was long and black. He had a thick beard, veins running down his arms. He looked more like the Sultan than the Sultan did. He was infatuated by Alauddin's speech and appearance. For the first time in a long time, he could feel butterflies in his stomach again. He blushed in silence. He introduced himself. The movie Padmaavat was released in 2018, directed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali. It was based on an epic poem Padmaavat written by Malik Muhammad Jayasi, which is considered a work of fiction. So this movie was released in 2018, and it was the first time I saw a movie by not going to school that day. I refused to go to school and I wanted to see the movie, and I went with my uncle and saw the movie, and it was, to say the least, it was life-changing. So this movie is directed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali. He is a phenomenal director and he's a gem of Indian cinema. He has actually given many hits for the Indian cinema, namely Bajirao Mastani, Devdas, Gangubhai Kathiawadi, and many more. The first Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie I saw was Bajirao Mastani. It was amazing. So, what about Padmaavat? So, when the movie first released, it had a lot of backlash from the people. And they said that they had shown Rani Padmavati in a romantic angle with Alauddin. But after the release of the movie, none of it was true. Everything they said they thought was false. And the movie proceeded to become a hit, a blockbuster, even in foreign. All the people who saw the movie praised how the acting of Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone was, which rightfully they deserve the praise. But Sanjay Leela Bhansali, being Sanjay Leela Bhansali, has conveyed so many emotions. This is not just, if you see the movie, it's not just one person's story. It's a culmination of stories, and many people fail to realize the other stories, which are equally important and insightful. I have seen people praising the acting, but I have seen no person give enough credit for the actor Jim Sarba, who played Malik Kafur. He portrayed so much nuance to the character, so much depth, so much meaning, that it was so real. It was the first time Indian cinema, a period film Indian cinema, had portrayed a queer character. They did not queer bait, and it was not a comical version of a queer person. When you see Malik Kafur, it feels like he is a real person, because he is, and that is how a person will act. It was acted beautifully. For the first time when I saw this movie when I was in 10th, I was doubtful what was happening in the movie with Malik Kafur and Alauddin Khilji, and I was obsessed with the movie for some reason, and I could not figure out why. I had not come out, and seeing that movie sparked something inside of me. For the first time in the big screen, I could see a queer character being portrayed good, real. I was so intrigued. A queer person who lived 800 years ago, his story somewhere still resonates to this day. Like what he went through and what he felt is what a lot of queer people now, present age, still go through. They still are trapped in situations like those. And me being me, I'm going to analyze it in detail, the whole movie. So, fasten your seatbelts, because you're going to be going on a wild ride. Before Malik Kafur met Alauddin, Alauddin had his own story going on. Let's see what he was doing. His uncle had asked for an ostrich feather for his daughter Meherunisa, but Alauddin had bought the whole ostrich and says this to his uncle, that he wants Jalaluddin, his uncle's daughter, in hand in marriage. Jalaluddin says, "How dare you ask something like this?" And Alauddin replies, "Everything precious belongs to him. Everything precious that God has created is Alauddin's." And Meherunisa, she blushes and she agrees the marriage. Alauddin is cheating on his wife before the wedding, and he kills his best friend, threatening that he would not reveal. Now he can't because he's dead, that he's cheating. Then he goes to dance after killing this poor man. Presumably, Meherunisa's mother or aunt or someone says this to her, that he has killed this person and he has been having sex with other women. And Meherunisa is traumatized. Like, I am going to be with this man, and you get to know the man you are going to marry is a psycho the day you are going to get married. Like, women were not given equal rights, like, let alone rights, basically. She was scared. What would he do to her or any other person who she loves? And there is a beautiful dialogue in the movie. In earth, Meherunisa, and in the sky, the moon, both shudder with fear. And at the same time, in Sri Lanka, there is Queen Padmavati who is hunting for a deer, and she hears something in the back. She turns and shoots the thing she heard. After she goes and sees, she has shot Raval Ratan Singh. And she's, what the fuck? What did I do? I shot a person. She removes the arrow. Raval Ratan Singh faints. Deepika Padukone plays Rani Padmavati, and Shahid Kapoor plays Raval Ratan Singh. He faints in Padmavat's embrace, and the monks. So she's basically a Buddhist. Like, can you see the parallels? I'll tell you. Padmavat is what? Is a Buddhist. She's a Sri Lankan. She's basically what? Taking care of Raval Ratan Singh till the wound heals. And all these monks are also helping her. And they have like this exchange of blushing, dialogue, ice. Like the dialogues, I'll tell you a few dialogues, wait. To shoot the deer, Ravaratan Singh says that for shooting the deer, Padmavat had shot the hunter itself. Very nice. Can you? Okay. Yeah. To shoot the deer, Padmavat had shot the hunter itself. And now you're shooting me with your eyes. Wow, mesmerizing. And Raval Ratan Singh asks for Padmavati's name. He doesn't know. And Padmavat says, if you are lucky, wait, every leaf knows my name. And Raval Ratan has like dreams about why he came to Sri Lanka in the first place, because he had given away the pearl necklace which was gifted to them for their wedding, and he just gives it away. And his wife says that we will never be able to get another pearl necklace like that. Who would go to Sri Lanka to get the pearl necklace? And Raval Ratan says, I will go and get the pearl necklace. And so, by your own mouth, everything goes to shit now. You guys will see. Like, he goes to find for pearls. And Padmavat says that Raval Ratan Singh says that I am here for pearls. And Padmavat says that if you are lucky, you will get pearls. After a few days, the wound heals. Raval Ratan Singh's wound heals. And Padmavat comes and says that here are your pearls. You were searching for them, right? And Raval Ratan Singh says that I need to leave. It's time. I need to go. But Padmavat has fallen in love with Raval Ratan Singh. Or is she really though? We don't know. Hairpin out of her hair and opens the wound up again and says that psychotic behavior and says that the wound has not yet healed. How would you go back? Yeah, like, girl, really? From Buddhism, Padmavat is converted to Hinduism and is taken to Chittor as Raval Ratan Singh's second wife. Similarly, Malik Kafur was converted to Islam and was taken to the Middle East. Like, the parallels between Alauddin and Padmavati or any other character was not eminent. The parallels were eminent between Padmavati and Malik Kafur. Like, Alauddin Khilji was not the main antagonist. The main antagonist and protagonist of the story are Padmavati is the protagonist and Malik Kafur is the antagonist. We have all been like understanding this not right, basically. Then Jalaluddin got the Sultanate, Alauddin's uncle, and there are Mongols on top of their heads ready to attack them. And all these people are scared because Mongols are ruthless. They're ruthless. They will kill children, women, bad ways. And all these people are afraid that what will happen if they enter India. But Alauddin is like, I don't give a fuck. I will kill them. No soil has been made to defeat Alauddin. Because like if you die, you need to fall down, right? On the soil. And there is no soil invented for Alauddin to fall on. Slay. Then Alauddin defeats the Mongols and wins Delhi's heart. And Padmavat is going to win Chittor's heart by being beautiful. Actually, she's going to dance Ghumar and no man should be present there except the king while she dances. The song is amazing, first of all. The dance, amazing. Deepika Padukone, amazing. Outfit, amazing. Before that, before we get to the song, there is this person, the high priest called Raghav Chetan. They go to him to get his blessings. He starts to ask questions, Raghav Chetan, because he's like infatuated with Padmaavat's beauty. He asks, beauty or skill? Padmaavat answers, skill. And what about beauty? The beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, replies Padmaavat. He says, explain. Well, some see stone as a god, and some just see the stone in the god. Like in the native language, it makes sense, people. So then he asks, describe life in 3 words. She replies, spirituality, love, and sacrifice. This is very important because she has literally described her life in 3 words. So basically, that is the 3 things she's abiding by. She is describing her lives in 3 words: spirituality, love, and sacrifice. The people who have watched the movie would know. So we see her being spiritual in the starting of the movie. She's praying to, she's a Buddhist, she's praying, she's spiritual, she's still praying here also in Hinduism after converting to Hinduism. She loves Raval Ratan Singh, that's why she came to Rajasthan from Sri Lanka. And the last thing of her life, sacrifice. For the people who have seen the movie, know what I'm talking about, the sacrifice that she's going to make. So this is amazing. We actually get to know the plot before, like the movie, the first 30 minutes of the movie itself. First, then Raghav asks, "What is love?" A tear of joy falling from God's eye. Then he asks, "What are tears?" Padmavati replies, "The thin line between sorrow and happiness." Very important line, because she sees tears as a thin line between sorrow and happiness. People who have seen the movie, like throughout the whole movie, Padmavati is on the verge of crying. She's on the verge. There are always tears filled in her eyes. We don't even have to assume. We can literally deduce that Padmavati is always standing on the thin line between sorrow and happiness. According to me, most of the time, if you are always, because she's always on the verge of crying, she's always in the thin, like on the thin line between sorrow and happiness, that is not actually a healthy way of living. Like, basically, if you're on the verge of crying every day, one, you must be like, one, they must be happy tears, or one, two, they must be like sad tears. This is neither sorrow nor happiness. It's some kind of a limbo state of sorts, or like, I don't know, that's just so deep, girl. Like, come on. Then Raghav Chetan asks, what is happiness? She says it's an illusion. So she agrees, happiness is an illusion. Then what is sorrow? They don't ask that, what is sorrow? So sorrow is the truth? Sorrow is not an illusion, only happiness is? Interesting. He asks her questions about war. She answers, he asks, what is the greatest weapon in the battlefield? She says, courage. Yeah, slay. Which is the most difficult moment in life? Awaiting results after examination. Oh, girl, so true. And the biggest gift? Blessings. She asks for blessings. The whole scene, Padmavat is looking down. She does not make eye contact with the high priest. She senses something is wrong with him. Like he has buri nazar. Yeah. And when she's answering what is the biggest gift, and she says blessing, that is when she looks at Raghav Chetan. She does vanakam, then she leaves. Like, girl, get me the fuck out of here. Then Ghumar starts, the Ghumar dance. Here we can see that she is not afraid to play with fire for her husband. Foreshadowing for the people who know. Then they have a romantic moment. where Raghav Chetan starts speaking when they have like a romantic moment, private. Say Raval Ratan Singh attacks Raghav Chetan with a knife and it pierces him over here. Padmaavat identifies that the sindoor smell too much and only one person in the whole Chittor wears this much sindoor and it's Raghav Chetan. So she identifies him and he's summoned for trial where Raghav Chetan obviously denies that he was singing, and Padmavat says that he needs to be banished from the soil. Raval Ratan Singh agrees. Raghav Chetan says that the high priest says that I have swallowed my humiliation with fire, and he curses the whole place that he will burn it down. He will destroy Mewar and put Raval Ratan Singh on his knees. At this point, this is where we start. Alauddin had conquered Devagiri at that point and he needs to bring the loot back to Delhi. But he's not going. He's in Kara, settling there, putting camp over there and not coming back to give the treasury. Jalaluddin is like, no. I will go back. I'll go to him, take the loot, take him also and bring him back to Delhi. They go and yeah, of course, you can't just deny that Alauddin has helped so much in the fight. Like he has won so many fights and increased the treasury of Jalaluddin. So to gift him, he buys Malik Kafur. So this is where the start, like where I left, now I begin. Sultan sees Alauddin, he's wearing a necklace, stone, and he says that this should be with the Sultan, not Alauddin, and he snatches it from his neck. And that he has taken something away from him, he wants to gift Alauddin something back. That gift being Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur comes, he has a cloth on his head, a present waiting to be opened. Alauddin comes, asks him what's his name, but he says Malik Kafur, and he asks, no, not your name, what perfume are you wearing? Itra. Malik Kafur replies, Jannat ul Firdaus. So in Islam, it is the highest level of heaven. So like, you guys remember that Alauddin wants everything precious. Everything precious only belongs to Alauddin. Well, Jannat ul Firdaus is the most holiest of places. Automatically, of course, Alauddin is impressed, is intrigued, and Malik Kafur, he's laying eyes on this buff man, this rugged, tall person. Oh my god, bad boy. I will fall in love with this person. That's what he's doing. Jalaluddin introduces Malik Kafur that he has the guile of a wolf and the agility of a cheetah. He will serve you in every possible way. Alauddin asks that, can you do anything for me? Will you do anything for me? Malik says, I can give you my life. God, so soon? You met this person? Yeah, you of course heard stories about him, but like literally so fast. You see this person for like 2 minutes and say, I will give my life to you. And I can take life also. Oh, he can take life also. Alauddin says to kill Jalaluddin's guards. Malik Kafur kills them, and Alauddin is very happy. And after seeing Alauddin happy, Malik Kafur laughs. Like, this is the first time I think Malik Kafur is being appreciated in a true sense, and he is automatically turned on. Malik Kafur, he's like, what? Oh my god, someone liked what I did. I am very happy. Oh my god, I love this person. Wow, this is my soulmate. That is what Malik Kafur is thinking. Like, come on. This is like so relatable. Queer people in this day and age now, what happens is they don't receive any sort of affection or love from their family, friends, society basically, and this one straight person will be like, show them a little bit of attention, and this gay person will be like, oh my god, he loves me, he must love me, that's why he did that. And they'll be like, I love him too, he's the love of my life, he's my soulmate. That is what happens. No, that is like sad, just because But this is a thing which every queer person goes through their life. No one has shown you any attention, and for the first time when a person is giving you attention, you like fall in love with them, and it is clearly being shown in a period film. Like, girl, come on. Malik unveils himself beautiful. Oh, yeah, he looks beautiful. Jim Sarba in this role, I got a crush after seeing. Hardcore crush. Alauddin kills Jalaluddin, like, who didn't see this coming? Decapitated head. And Mehrunisa is traumatized, like, oh my god, you just killed my father. And as usual, Malik Kafur is the first one to praise Alauddin and be his cheerleader. Then Mehru tells Alauddin that I don't give a fuck that you are the king now. My dad was a king once. And Alauddin says, yeah, this crown, no. It is very unfaithful. It will keep changing head. Sometimes it's in my head, and sometimes it's on yours, and put it on her head. Then he'll be like, make love with me. As they are making love, Malik Kapoor tries to peek, and there is this flute sound coming in the background, and it's like, what is that? Alauddin wonders. First is like it's disturbing, but now it's like, oh, gentle, soothing, nice. So Alauddin calls for Malik Kapoor. Malik Kapoor comes, but pretends, like he walks back, then he runs, like as if he was not peeking with the park. End the flute musician, and Alauddin says no, what he's playing is good. Don't kill him. To the next day, bring him to the darbar. Then Malik wants to please Khilji in every way possible, by whatever means necessary. Malik proceeds to ask for any other services Khilji would like for him to do. He does this. Should I also join while you are having sexy time? Appu. Then Alauddin, sexual maybe, yeah, seeing Mehru on the bed, Alauddin blankly stares. Alauddin is like, he's flabbergasted. Really? Really? Oh. Maybe he's flabbergasted or even thinking of it and liking it. There is a soft smirk on Alauddin's face. Then Malik laughs and leaves. Oh my god, blushing. Girl. The next day, Raghav Chetan is invited to the court. Summoned, not invited. Raghav Chetan, while Alauddin is explaining that, yeah, please be in my court, sing flute for me, play the flute for me every day. Raghav Chetan is just blankly staring in the water, then replies for Alauddin's request by saying he would become the next Alexander the Great, and also mentions his past events. Alauddin is intrigued suddenly. He starts explaining, she is an illusion, a creation of God. Her face glows like moonlight. Her luminous beauty radiates far and beyond. She is the essence of life. A mere glimpse of her shadow would make you desire her. This kind of beauty only exists in dreams. Raghav pulls out a lotus from water, surprising Alauddin. He assures that he would not be able to concentrate on anything once he gets a look at her. She will change your destiny. Raghav Chetan says this to Alauddin. You'll get Mewad, you'll get India, you'll get the world, you'll get the heavens, everything will be yours. She will make you immortal. Then Alauddin asks, oh my god, who is this woman you're talking about? And Raghav Chetan, being the sneaky little bitch he is, says, it's Rani Padmavati of Chittor. Fuck. Alauddin sends a messenger to make alliance with Mewad. So, after Raghav Chetan puts a spell on Alauddin, let's just say that Padmaavat is this, Padmaavat is that, if you obtain her, you will get the whole of India, you'll become the second Alexander. He sends a messenger to Mewad, to Rawal Ratan Singh, for an alliance that if he agrees to the alliance, Rawal Ratan Singh, Alauddin Khilji would provide his security from other alien forces. But Rawal Ratan Singh, being Rawal Ratan Singh, insults the messenger by making him repeat the message again and again and sends him back. So in that scene, the next scene, Malik Kafur and Alauddin are present, and Alauddin is feeding the birds where Meherunisa is stitching. And after he receives this message, Alauddin Khilji, without even thinking, says that, yeah, we're going to war with Mewad. And Meherunisa is perplexed. War? Just for a woman? Come on, this woman is another person's wife. Like, come on, how can you do that? And for that, Alauddin replies, what's for dinner? And Meherunisa starts replying, many varieties of food. We should note that Alauddin asks Malik Kafur to ask Meherunisa what's the food. So we could see that Alauddin and Meherunisa are bickering. They're not really conversating. They're conversing only through Malik Kafur. So there is anger between the emperor and empress. So he interrupts Meherunisa and says, when we have so much variety of food while eating, why can't we have variety in physical pleasure? And simultaneously, when he says this line, Alauddin feeds Malik Kafur bird food through his hand. We can see, as he mentions, when there is so much variety in the world and he wants to have it all, while he's saying this, he feeds Malik Kafur. He is interested in Malik Kafur. Like, it is noted. Like, this is some form of thing Sanjay Leela Bhansali is doing, that Alauddin Khilji and Malik Kafur have had sex. It is not a surprise thing. There are literal writings of generals and who write literature of how the king lived. They have written that yes, they have had sex, and Malik Kafur has been called sodomite. And literally, Malik Kafur is head over heels for Alauddin Khilji and is ready to even accept bird food. Alauddin says, I will fight, and this war will be in the name of beauty. An army of thousands approach Mewad. Rawal orders the general to gather all the other kingdoms to a joint attack so that they could put an end to Khilji. The commander of Alauddin Khilji's army is Ulugh Khan. Alauddin sees arrows. So, as they are approaching Mewad, they are greeted with a shower of arrows from Chittor. It just falls in the front. And after all the arrows have fallen, Alauddin says that now their fight, the war is justified. Yeah. Says this to Malik. He says this to Malik while smiling. So he trusts Malik in every sense. Oh my God. Then he sends soldiers to just test the ground, and they all end up falling into a pit and die. Rawal smirks while this happens. And that night, Alauddin Khilji calls Raghav Chetan and threatens him that is Padmaavat worth it? If she is not, Alauddin, will into how many pieces? How many soldiers have died? That many pieces he will cut it. He'll cut him. Ends with a dialogue by saying, the moon of the Khiljis is going to eclipse the sun of the Rajputs. Oof. Oh my God, such clever writing. Next week is Deepavali, Festival of Lights. For the people who don't know, it's still celebrated in India, across India. And Rawal Ratan Singh orders his generals to celebrate Deepavali with extra juice, to be extra happy while celebrating it, with extra enthusiasm, so that Alauddin is baffled that how are these people not scared. The first wife of Raval Ratan Singh is scared that because of her beauty, all the whole Sultan's army is standing before them and is ready to attack, and she's scared and she's confused why people are celebrating Diwali in with such enthusiasm, while everyone should be depressed that they'll be attacked in a few months. But Rani Padmavati says that Alauddin Khilji can neither attack nor go away, so just consider them as guards. Alauddin burns the literature and history which does not contain his name and deeds. We can say that. And while he's burning the literature and history which does not have his name, his commander comes and says that they have been waiting, the soldiers and troops have been waiting here for months and they're all tired. They're not going to war. They have lost interest that they would even fight a war. So Alauddin recommends that they would have a match, a tournament of Kushti, and that he would also participate. Suggests wrestling to rejoice and rekindle the spirit of soldiers. During the fight, we could clearly see, we could just like thirst over Alauddin Khilji's half-naked body. As we are thirsting over, clearly we can see, because the director is showing simultaneously Alauddin Khilji's fight, then Malik Kafur's facial expression, and we can clearly note that Malik Kafur is not scared or is not concerned that Alauddin will lose, because he knows that Alauddin will not lose. He's admiring the strength, the utter masculinity that Alauddin Khilji is. Malik admires Alauddin's kushti, left, right, top, bottom, every angle. He's not worried because he knows Alauddin will win. He's happy and proud about having strong boyfriend. This boyfriend thing is in his mind. I don't think Alauddin has actually considered him a boyfriend, but as queer people, we think the person we have fallen in love with, let them be straight. But Alauddin is not straight in this case. He's bisexual. It is confirmed. He has 50,000 slave boys. And Malik Kafur has put Alauddin Khilji in that position. He is his boyfriend and he is talented, he is strong, he is masculine, he can do whatever he wants and he will support him no matter what. He's wet looking at Alauddin's masculine slash rugged side. Alauddin is waiting so much time for Padmavati. Malik Kafur is noticing all this and he is baffled that Alauddin Khilji would do so much for a woman who he has never even seen, and him doing all the chores for Alauddin is not cared about. Yeah, and this just escalates in the next part. The next is the most amazing thing of Malik Kafur's love, actually, for Alauddin, the bath scene. Oh my god, when I first saw the bath scene in the theater, it was like, oh my god, is Alauddin going to come out of the bathtub naked? Is Malik Kafur going to have sex with him? Like, what is happening? And as I grew older and slowly got to know the nuances which were portrayed in the bath scene, I was amazed. But at the same time, I felt very sad how Alauddin was treating Malik Kafur in that song and like half of the movie, basically. And it was heartbreaking, to be honest. Morning hunting games, evening wrestling and night debauchery, excessive indulgence in sex or drugs, and compliments Alauddin on his unique way of keeping the army entertained. It has been 2 months away from Delhi. He says this to Malik Kafur says this to Alauddin, and Alauddin replies, "But we are closer to Padmavati." Alauddin was so mad on getting the Delhi Sultanate for himself, but he is not even thinking twice that he is away from the Sultanate for 2 months, that the throne might be at risk. And Malik Kafur is like, "But you just wanted the kingdom so bad, but you're over here waiting just simply." Alauddin is crazy about Padmaavat, a person. So a throne over here is a non-living thing. It's just a position of power. But Padmavati is a human person. And for the first time, he's seeing Alauddin Khilji be so crazy about a woman. I know Alauddin does not love Meherunisa, so she is not a problem. But this Rani Padmavati is like taking my man away from me, is what Malik Kafur is thinking. And this song beautifully portrays it. And he starts singing. What does he sing? Like the beauties of Egypt, here is a celestial beauty too, whose heart beats for you. This is a translation they have provided in the subtitles of the movie. In the land where the beauty lies, beats a heart that yearns for love. I feel a deep burning desire within. So Malik Kafur sings for Alauddin with first fire in his hand, then passes it down to Alauddin, who dances with it. Malik continues singing, but Alauddin is self-obsessed. To make Alauddin happy, Malik brings a prostitute to his tent. Alauddin pours fragrance on himself. Then Malik Kafur comes and places his hand on Alauddin, so that he's saying that he wants to join too. Let's just have a threesome. But Alauddin, ooh, you know what he does? He literally pushes him away. This has happened to many queer people. When queer people make the first move, like the person they are interested in, show them genuine interest back, but they are never getting physical. So a queer person thinks, okay, why is he not doing this? Like, why does he not want to have sex with me or anything physical? But also, the same straight people that these queer people are in love with, when they make a move, queer people just accept it. Yeah, this is what I wanted my whole life. So they just don't ask anything. They accept it. And they like it. They're like, okay, this is what I wanted. This is what I got. I'm happy with it. But when the same thing, the queer person is asking for it, and the straight person just rejects it. This happens also in real life now, at this point in time. Like when queer people go to make the first move, which they consented to the other person, there is this like trigger for queer people that straight people just push them away. But they have consented. But at the end, they have this internalized toxic masculinity or homophobia in them, that they can't accept the love from another man. So they show it by physically pushing it away. When I saw this scene, I was so triggered. Oh my God. This has happened in not this period film, in many normal films which I have seen of queer films, that just the other person who has consented to physical touch just pushes the queer person away. And I was genuinely sad. I was in tears almost. Alauddin, after pushing Malik Kafur, makes a face of disgust. That was more triggering to see. Malik falls back, this time voluntarily closes. So we remember that Malik Kafur was peaking when Alauddin was having sexy time with Mehru, right? and he wanted to see how Alauddin looked naked, I believe. It's a traumatic experience for Malik Kafur. He tries again, but Alauddin pushes him away and has a face of disgust. He can notice it. He feels so bad about himself. Like, this is what happens to queer people. When there is actually nothing wrong, the only thing wrong is this person's toxic masculinity or internalized homophobia. The queer person at the end of the day starts to think that what he is trying to do or what he wants is wrong. The straight people who queer people fall in love with will make queer people feel that they're doing a wrong thing when they are clearly not. He's so heartbroken, Malik Kapoor, that he voluntarily closes the curtain of the bed. After this traumatic experience he just had, he doesn't want to see it. He's disgusted of himself now that he ever wanted to join Alauddin, and starts to sing louder. He sings Binte Dil louder and he walks away. So, as psychologically, we know that if a person is saying something that we don't want to hear, if some person is saying spoilers for a movie, what do? We close our ears and start doing we start doing that, right? Because we don't want to hear it. We just talk louder and close our ears so that we are not able to hear what this person is saying. So, same thing over here. Malik Kapoor sings louder and walks away because he does not want to hear the sounds of pleasure Alauddin is getting, and that pleasure is not from him. That pleasure Alauddin is getting is not from Malik Kapoor, is from another woman. Heartbreaking to see the aching, that the longing that Malik Kapoor is having for Alauddin continuously, and the shift in emotion that Malik Kapoor had in the song at the ending, and the way he's singing louder is just so real. The emotions, the human emotions are so real. On YouTube, Binte Dil lyrics breakdown with A.M. Turaz. They are the lyricist of the song, and Arjit Singh is the singer. They have song is a mix between Urdu, Arabic and Farsi. So first when they were writing, it was very difficult for people to understand because it's a mix of 3 languages. But the artist who wrote insisted to add this in the film because it has a nice catch to it. I have been singing it for since 2018, and he explains it like this: beauties of Egypt, like the Egyptian women are considered the most beautiful in the world, but what is more beautiful than appearance? The heart of the beautiful woman is what is more beautiful. So this heart, Malik Kapoor is considering himself more beautiful than an Egyptian woman by saying he is the heart of an Egyptian woman. He is the embodiment of true beauty, pristine beauty he possesses. And Alauddin is not showering him with attention. He's showing them attention with physical love, but a true beauty is over here aching for your touch, but you're not showing me the attention I deserve. He'll do anything for Alauddin energy. Malik Kapoor has that energy is just like a fire. Alauddin Khilji even places his eyes on the affection, the amount of love, even tries to understand or lays eyes upon the amount of love Malik Kapoor has. It will burn his eyelids off. Like the lyrical geniosity that A.M. Turaz has done is amazing. This song is one of the truest form of a queer experience every queer person experiences, and it's just in the form of a Urdu mixed with Arabic mixed with Farsi song. Like, it made me so happy that we have a period film. We have a queer song, which is actually a true experience that queer people still go through to this day. And this is the first of these songs. The song says it all. He aches for Alauddin's touch, his whole attention. Malik wants to be his number one priority. That's what we get to know from this song. Yeah, that bath scene was something else for me. We know that Raval Ratan Singh asked help to other kingdoms. All the other kings are scared that how would you even go against Alauddin? He is the Sultan. He has such a big army. If he wants, he can destroy you like this. And why would I risk his anger, his wrath? But Raval Ratan Singh, he is very prideful. He is so determined that, yeah, if no one comes, I'll just single-handedly put down this person. He goes that night, everyone's sleeping in the camp. He goes there to the terrace of the fort and leaves fire arrows. The whole camp of Alauddin's camp, everything burns down. Like, Malik Kafur rushes in to wake up Alauddin, but Alauddin flicks Malik Kafur away, like something, the whole camp is burning. It's such a big concern. And Alauddin is like, I don't give a fuck. Just get off. Why are you being so dramatic? He says this to Malik Kafur. And Malik Kafur is irritated, is frustrated. Such a big thing is happening. Things are burning down, but you don't have any concern. Alauddin just threatens that nothing should happen to the birds. Malik Kafur is put up to all this work that he has to do, keep the cages safe, stop the tent from burning down, while Alauddin just is on the bed, blankly staring. What is he thinking about? Maybe Padmaavat. He's just thinking what and all he has to do for Padmaavat, what and all he's sacrificing. But literally, who is keeping him alive? Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur is doing all the work. Malik Kafur is saving him from burning. What is he thinking about? Padmaavat. Malik Kafur is so frustrated, he goes out of the tent, scoops up sand and puts it on the tent so that the fire will go off. And he puts the birds' cages on to Khilji's bed. Then the manipulation scene of the whole army by Alauddin Khilji. All the troops, they don't have motivation to fight because there is no fight happening. They have been there for months. Alauddin addresses the whole army that they had a big dream to conquer the whole of India and let their flag basically be everywhere they lay their eyes upon. And that quest, this army will achieve this. They will achieve this. They will be the people who do this. Fuck the dream. Fuck my drag. Fuck everything. And he pushes the flag down. And all these people come and catch the flag. And Malik Kafur, what he does? He encourages everyone. Alauddin tries to act. He tries to cry. He fakes cry. And as soon as everyone comes and picks up the flag, he's happy. No tears. Nothing. We can see that Alauddin is a manipulative bitch over here. This is how people are. People who are taking advantage of queer people, they are manipulative. We can literally see it on work here. From Diwali, Holi comes. And everyone is celebrating Holi in the palace. And the general, Gora Singh, comes and says to Raval Ratan Singh that the food supply is out, gone, dead. People, if this continues, everyone will die. And Raval Ratan Singh says, this should be between us and it should not go to anyone. As hard times come to us, Raval Ratan Singh says, so are the Khiljis facing hard times. Next, we'll see how Alauddin meets Padmavati. To say send the truce, Malik Kafur this time goes, bearing a white flag, and after he reads out the message which Alauddin said, Raval Ratan Singh, first of all, as he approaches, Gora Singh, his guard, basically says that consider Malik Kafur even as Alauddin's wife, Begum, because he's so close to him. But he says this in a derogatory term, like a homophobic term. Raval Ratan Singh has some conditions. Before listening to the conditions, Malik Kafur says, yeah, okay, it's okay for me. Sharte manzoor hai. And Gora Singh says that first listen to the sharte no. And everyone starts laughing. Raval Ratan Singh smirks at Malik Kafur like in a sinister way. And Malik Kafur is like, Gora, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he does. Raval Ratan Singh insults Malik Kafur. And Malik Kafur is offended. Alauddin accepts it. Like, duh, Malik Kafur knows Alauddin so much. He's been waiting here for so many months. He will accept. Malik was drishti. They'll say they'll remove drishti. He was doing that. Because, like, he considers Alauddin Khilji. Malik Kafur considers Alauddin Khilji his boyfriend. And Alauddin Khilji is amazing. He's good looking. And many people have evil eye on him. So that needs to be taken away. I have seen so many Instagram reels of people doing that to their boyfriends, queer people. Like, at that time, 800 years ago, they did the same thing. The conditions are that he needs to leave the army behind. He needs to come as a single person, unarmed. Alauddin looks at Malik. Malik is scared because of trauma. Like, what he has seen Alauddin torture so many people. What if he did something wrong or said something wrong? The same situation would happen to Malik Kafur. It's like a power thing. Then Alauddin laughs, then Malik copies, reacting how a master reacts to not offend him, to always nod to his commands and not disappoint him. Like, he's also a master-slave kind of thing, and also Malik Kafur loves Alauddin Khilji, so he does not want to anger him or make him sad or disappoint him. So he just copies whatever emotion Alauddin is feeling so that Alauddin is least offended. Alauddin to his commander is saying that this is all not good for him or is dangerous. Alauddin replies, I'll accept any danger which lets me get closer to Padmavati. Then the scene cuts off to Malik's face, the face of betrayal. In this scene, you could see that Alauddin is willing to go through anything, so much danger, to obtain Padmavati. He would not do this for Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur is betrayed. I am doing so much for you. I love you. Padmavati doesn't even want to be with you. She hates you. Over here, we see how Alauddin is willing to take so many risks for a person he has never met or seen, but Malik taking care of him even before his stardom is not met with any sacrifices made for him. There is a montage of their respective partners dressing the main character, Alauddin and being Raval Ratan Singh, for their meeting. The soundtrack is amazing. And Padmavati dresses Raval Ratan Singh and keeps kajal on the neck to remove nazar. And Malik Kafur also puts off nazar. Like, the parallels, like they're comparing Malik Kafur with Padmaavat again. So at this point, what happens is, Alauddin, when Malik Kafur adjusts his coat, he dresses him up. Malik Kafur says that Itad Khan, his nephew, Alauddin's nephew, is eyeing the throne. That he wants to get the throne for himself. And for saying this, Alauddin slaps Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur is like, oh my god, what the fuck just happened? And Alauddin says that all the stars on the sky want to become the moon, but they can't. Saying that everyone wishes to be the Sultan, but only he can be the Sultan, and you can't say otherwise. Malik Kafur says that, but he replies, just like how I am so close to you, but I still can't take Padmavati's position in your heart. Alauddin Khilji pats Malik Kafur's face where he slapped. He places his hand softly, gently, and says, Rani Padmavati. Rani, oh girl, ooh. That is so cute because Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone are in real life married, and being Ranveer Singh giving so much of respect to Deepika Padukone and saying it's not Padmavati, it's a Rani Padmavati bitch to Malik Kapoor is like a slay. But I feel so bad for Malik Kapoor. Like he has done so much in the movie. Like he has done so much for Alauddin Khilji. Like Sanjay Leela Bhansali, you fucked me up. Like you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to write that. But you still did it. You're evil. You are evil. While walking, he just pushes Malik Kapoor and goes, that is so mean. Real life Alauddin would not have been so mean to Malik Kapoor. That's what I think. But this was just exaggerated, girl. He goes to the palace, Alauddin. Then he's forced to enter through the backside. This backside is very interesting. This place where he enters the palace through is the same place Rani Padmavati commits sati, mass suicide. Johar. Padmavati runs down the stairs. Alauddin walks up the stairs. This is the only place he could not enter while he attacked Chittor Palace in the future. But now he enters the palace to this place. Like it's ironic. Like somehow it's like poetic. Like Sanjay Leela Bhansali, you are. I see you. I see what you're doing here. It's interesting. Then as soon as after seeing Ravaratan Singh, Alauddin Singh, I feel elevated today. I feel elevated today. I feel on top of the world today. You can see that Alauddin is overwhelmed. Oh my god, this is the husband of the woman I am trying to conquer. And is like, oh my god, how would it be if I even conquered the husband? He's in fact bisexual, so like the husband also looks good. Oh, there are a lot of scenes where Rawal Ratan Singh and Alauddin Khilji have this bromance moment in the movie. Go see that scene on YouTube. It's like free. It's interesting. The acting is amazing. They are playing chess and they're bored. Alauddin is bored. And he says, let me meet your relatives, no? Can I see Rani Padmavati? And all the generals, they come and place their swords at Alauddin's neck. And Alauddin is like, oh my god, did I say something wrong? And Rawal Ratan Singh shouts, I am sparing your life because we Rajputs treat our guests as gods. Or else your head would be on the floor by now. Alauddin is like, oh my god. First Rani was in trouble in the chess game. Now he places a coin and says the king is also in trouble and says check. Oh, that was such a slay. Then Rani Padmavati agrees that she would see Alauddin, but everyone in the palace objects it. No, you can't. That is not right. Don't go. You don't have to go. Then Rawal Ratan Singh comes and says that, why did you say that? If I want to give Alauddin an answer, I will give an answer with my sword. You don't have to go and see that person. Then Padmavati says that if my face could save even one person, I would accept that fate. I don't want war to happen. They both argue, and at the end of the argument, Padmavat wins. She is handed over this, it's not a smoke machine, I don't know what it is, to remove Buri Nazar, bad eye, evil eye. They don't speak with Alauddin. They just say, look. They open the curtain. Padmavati does not even come in real. Alauddin only gets to see her reflection. They open the curtain. The light falls on the mirror in the room. And Alauddin, like there's so much glare, solar flare, which is going on, that Alauddin can't even see Padmavati's face clearly. And like in 2 to 3 seconds, 5 seconds, they just close the curtain. And Alauddin is like, what the fuck? He says that, okay, you have treated me fine. You have treated me very well. Thank you. Let me also treat you, no? He invites Rawal Ratan Singh to his place. So Alauddin invites Rawal Ratan Singh to his place, and Rawal Ratan Singh goes. Padmaavat refuses, but how can he not agree the invite when he had come and Rawal Ratan Singh did not go? How would history react to this? So Rawal Ratan Singh goes. Of course, it's a trap. Padmaavat knew it. Alauddin says that Rawal Ratan Singh killed one of his birds, precious birds. He has killed many of his men. He's very attached to the soil. Take the soil. He has decided to take the soil with him. And Rawal Ratan Singh is like flabbergasted. I'm like, how are you flabbergasted? Do not trust Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji itself says, he says, even God does not trust him. How can you trust him? Come on now. He says that he's going to abduct him. And Rawal Ratan Singh says that you might steal me, you might abduct me, but you can't take away my pride. You can steal the diamond, but you can't steal away its brilliance. Using this point, explain why a pride march is necessary. You can hate crime, queer people. You can kill us. You can bury us. You can bury our stories, everything. You can literally torture us. But you, the person who's bigoted, the person who is hate criming, you can never, ever take away our pride. There are so many queer people who are given up their lives to get equal rights and fight for our equal rights, and they have lost their lives in the process. It is a grim reality. Like, if you see and talk about this now, it is so sad to hear that they could not reap the benefits of what they sowed. To not mentally break down after such incidents happen, or such traumatic events take place, or such a power struggle, a power dynamic is taking place, you are being let down by the government, you are being let down in so many ways and facets of your life. The only thing you can hold on to at the end of the day is not even your life, is your pride. That pride is the only thing you can pass on to the future generation in the community. They might kill us, but what they can't steal, what they can't kill is a pride which I have to be a queer person, to be my true self. That is so beautifully conveyed in that scene. That's why pride is necessary. Pride marches are necessary to help the queer community and the people around us remember that where we have come from, what we truly stand for. They can separate us, they can segregate us, they can discriminate us, they cannot give us equality, they can kill us, but what they can't do is steal our pride. Very important. So yeah, let's come to the movie back again. And as Rawal Ratan Singh is abducted by Alauddin Khilji, he keeps him as a pawn to bring Padmavati back to Delhi. I'm saying not back, to Delhi. Has to go and save him. At this point, woman and woman fight. The first wife blames Padmavati. Queen Nagmati, thank God, that is her name. Queen Nagmati calls everyone and says that Padmavati should be sent away. And everyone is like, how, as a woman, how can you say that we could just send Padmavati away to Alauddin Khilji? If matters come that bad, something really bad happens, we'll all together commit sati, do johar, mass suicide, jump into the fire. Deepika Padukone playing Padmavati, the queen she is, she says, I'll go and save him and come back. And everyone is stunned to speak. How will a woman go to Delhi Sultanate, go to Alauddin Khilji and bring back her husband? Even the goddesses had to descend from the heavens to kill the monsters. That was such a slay dialogue. Then she leaves and she puts some sharte, agreements, that she will come with her dasis. She will first meet Rawal Ratan Singh, and after Rawal Ratan Singh gets freed, then only she will meet Alauddin Khilji. The last shart is, I need Raghav Chetan's head. Then only the Palakins will leave. Such a slay move. Of course, Alauddin Khilji agrees to all of them. Before that, Alauddin Khilji is attacked by Itat Khan with poison arrows. Then he's like bedridden for a few months. But he recovers, he's not killed. Then he kills Itat Khan. Malik Kafur is like, bitch, my husband from boyfriend became husband now. He can do anything. He can recover from poison arrows to he's immortal at this point. Very powerful. Then Padmavati, what? He, after all this happens, is crippled. He's not able to walk properly. Raghav Chetan's head, basically, is given to Padmavati, gifted. And the one who doubted Padmavati's influence and power, Gora Singh, is like, yeah, I accept. You are the godmother. You are the goddess. You are that bitch. I agree. You are a slave. Rani Padmavati, before that, Gora Singh argues, oh my god, you can't go, why are you going? I will fight for you, I will fight. As a brother, he says. Padmavati is like, no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck, no. I am ordering as the queen of Mewar, not your sister. The one who is ordering is the queen of Mewar, not your sister. Such a slay dialogue. Queen behavior. Decides to visit Rawal Ratan Singh when they are doing their namaz. That's when she meets Mehrunisa. Mehrunisa says that I will go to greet Padmavati because Alauddin is sick and can't walk and can't do proper greetings to Padmavati. Malik Kafur says, no, I will go. But Mehrunisa is like, no, I will only go. And Malik Kafur is like braiding Alauddin's hair and he says that, oh wow, the Empress of India is going to greet the Queen of Mewar. Wow, interesting. Only something interesting is going to happen. Then Alauddin also agrees. Yeah, I don't want any man to see Padmavat's face before I do. I need to be the only man near her. Mehrunisa goes, greets Padmavati, and she is mesmerized by Padmavati's beauty. She says that even angels would have a change of heart after they see Padmavati's beauty. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, if he had put Mehrunisa and Padmavati together, girl, lesbian, ally, I would support it. Because they both look beautiful together. Mehrunisa is like, my husband is only a human and a liar, says Padmavati to Mehrunisa. And because she wants to meet Rawal Ratan Singh first. Before that, she will not meet Alauddin. Then Mehrunisa takes her to Rawal Ratan Singh and she says that I can't let my husband commit this great crime of stealing and being with another woman. So I will let you escape. I have a secret passage over here and you escape. So Padmavati agrees, but Rawal Ratan Singh, he's like prideful, as I said. He's like, I will meet Alauddin Khilji first, then I will escape. So Mehrunisa goes, helps Rawal Ratan Singh meet Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin is like ready because he came on a throne. He was carried on a throne while Malik Kafur was throwing flowers. So he has a lotus in his hand and he's waiting for Padmavati. At that point, he sees Rawal Ratan Singh again. He's like, oh, what the fuck? Every time I get ready to see Padmavati, I see your face. And lucky you, I can't even do proper greetings. Rawal Ratan Singh comes, puts scene, then says that I will not attack you because that's not what Rajputs do. That is not in that principle. They do not attack the harmless. And Alauddin is like, oh my god, if you don't kill me, you will definitely die next time. And Rawal Ratan Singh is like, you get well, then we'll fight on the ground. Say in the war battlefield. Till then, imagine my knife is at your throat. And he goes. And Alauddin is like, bring the guards. What the fuck is happening? And Rawal Ratan Singh and Padmavati escape. Then there's an important scene where Malik Kafur comes and says that Mehrunisa betrayed Alauddin. Of course, Alauddin is heartbroken and asks Malik Kafur, is there the line of love in my palm? Kafur says it and says, no, there is no love line in your life. And Alauddin asks to Malik Kafur that, can you put the love line in my life? And Malik Kafur says no. I was so surprised. Why did Malik Kafur say no to that? Malik Kafur wanted to do that the whole time. But then only you understand. Malik Kafur is also manipulative. When Alauddin is at his lowest, he decides to take advantage of this and basically says, like, angers Alauddin more so that the punishment he's going to give to Meherunisa will be greater. That is like, even Malik Kafur is a manipulative bitch at this point. Then they both escape, Padmavati and Ravalatan Singh, and they're greeted super in their palace, and they say, oh my god, Sati Savati story I have heard, but this is the first time it has come in real life. Wow, wow, wow. Over here, Meherunisa is invited to the darbar and they said that, how can you betray me? This, that. Alauddin says, I loved you, but now you need to go. You need to go to the Karavas jail. Padmavati says, Meherunisa is like, you know what? Bless you, Alauddin. Even I loved you. May God give everything you wish for, but you will never get to attain Padmavati. Meherunisa says this and leaves. At this, like when all this dialogue is happening, Malik Kafur is smiling because Alauddin has has put Meherunisa in jail. Aditi Rao Hydari, amazing acting, underrated performance. No one talks about her much. I have never seen her interviews on Padmavati as Meherunisa. So sad. But the acting, the frames she's in is beautiful. Malik Kafur is like, yeah, he's just like smirking, laughing. Because like one less problem without you. That is what he's singing, basically. Now that Alauddin Khilji has cured himself after a few months, he decides to attack Mewar. Duh, what will happen? That only will happen. Attack. Nagmati is like, I told you, you have stamped the snake's tail and come. Of course, it's going to come and attack you now. He comes with double the size of the army, and everyone is scared. And Alauddin says that I will wait for one day for Padmavati to come, then I will attack. Malik Kafur is like, yeah, of course, she will come. She'll of course come. She has to come. And Alauddin is like, no. If she comes out of the palace, no, I must be the first person to see her and stands on the sun. Malik Kafur is like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? He's concerned. You're going to stand outside for this woman the whole day in the belief that she would come. You did nothing of this sorts for me, but you're doing this for this woman. What the fuck? He's concerned, he's irritated. Padmavati does not come. They prepare for war. She takes Rawal Ratan Singh's handprint for Sati if he dies. Rawal Ratan Singh's handprint if he dies. Then, of course, Padmavati does not come, and Alauddin attacks. They could not defend. Then Rawal Ratan Singh comes. Then Alauddin and Rawal Ratan Singh fight, where Alauddin clearly starts losing the fight, and Malik Kafur is like, I can't let my husband lose the fight. No. That is not possible. And he does not follow the rules of the war and attacks Rawal Ratan Singh from the back. Arrows. Do you guys get it? Rawal Ratan Singh was laughing at Alauddin in one part, making fun of him. And Alauddin Khilji is not the one who kills Rawal Ratan Singh. It's Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur had this vengeance to kill Rawal Ratan Singh. Malik Kafur got his revenge. Even though Alauddin did not attain his dream, then Alauddin enters the palace. The women throw coal at him. Slay behavior. But the sad thing is that all women, thousands of women, in fact, they all commit Jauhar. They all jump into fire. First being Padmaavat. This scene, the climax of this movie, is heartbreaking to see. It's like emotionally draining. Such a tragic event has happened. And at that time, that was the only possible way. Like, if you get stuck with the sultans or the ruling army, they'll keep you as slaves, they'll use you in sex, for sex, and it's basically not a good life that you would live. And at that point of time, sati was the only thing that was the lesser evil, if you know, for the greater good, the lesser evil. And every one of the women in the palace commits sati, and Alauddin cannot even get hold of one woman from the. It is a win for Queen Padmavati. She got what she wanted. Alauddin did not get what he wanted, and she died with pride. Padmavati. It is a tragedy, but it was the only way at that in that point of time. This is Alauddin's greatest failure of life. He could not attain Padmavati. And this is where the movie Padmaavat ends. This is the story of Malik Kafur after all, not Padmavati. So, what happens to Malik Kafur and Alauddin after? After Padmaavat dies, Alauddin Khilji is depressed basically, and Malik Kafur becomes the person who becomes a support for Alauddin, and he says that he wants to make Alauddin happy now because he's depressed, and he says that I'll go to south, I will conquer land, and I will give them as gifts for you. So Malik Kafur goes to south, attacks the southern Dravidian kingdoms, Cholas, Pandyas, Cheras, and he wins a lot of them. He loots the south, he loots the places he goes and attacks, he destroys temples, all in the name of Alauddin Khilji, all for Alauddin Khilji to make him happy again. He even steals the Kohinoor diamond as a gift for Alauddin to impress him, to bring light back in his life. But nothing seems to work. And at some point, Alauddin's health starts deteriorating, and Malik Kafur can't do anything about it. Alauddin has reached old age. Malik Kafur is also catching up with him. Alauddin has lost trust in everyone, that everyone has come will betray him. He only trusts Malik Kafur. I will give all the important job to Malik Kafur. He can have this palace, he can have this place. So basically, he's so paranoid that other family members will betray him that Malik Kafur is not a family member. He is a lover. So what he does is he puts all the work, all these things to him. He gives it to him. And all the generals and his relatives, Alauddin's relatives, grow. They're like, oh my god, this is my thing. Why is he giving it to Malik Kafur? They're all jealous. They all become envious of Malik Kafur. And Alauddin Khilji dies of old age after a few years of severe health things, complications, and he gives the throne before dying to Malik Kafur. So what Malik Kafur does is he puts Alauddin's son as a puppet ruler, and he rules for a month. And the relatives who are envious of Malik Kafur and how he's just a slave and became a viceroy for Alauddin, they plot a sinister plan and within a month's time kill Malik Kafur. They murder him. So this is the story of Malik Kafur, and this is why this video essay is called The Queer Tragedy in Padmaavat. After Padmaavat died and Alauddin became depressed, nothing was going good. Yeah, Malik Kafur was conquering all these places, forts, and looting. Malik Kafur is trying so hard to rejoice Alauddin to bring him back again, to bring him back to his past glory, but he can't do that anymore. It's like a queer person is so in love with this. He's not straight, he's bi, but he's not treating him. He did not treat him well. Alauddin Khilji literally did not treat Malik Kafur well in the movie. We don't know what happened in real life, but from the movie I'm saying. And now that Alauddin Khilji lost and he's depressed, he's literally in a state of limbo. He can't do anything properly. He's lost his consciousness, he lost his thinking ability. He can't trust anyone, he has trust issues. And Malik Kafur, now he can't even leave Alauddin Khilji because he has no other better place to be or better thing to do or better posting that some other person will buy him. He's after all a slave. And he's like, I can't be with this person because this person trusts me, but he has done so much wrong to me. Like, at the last moment, this is what people with internalized homophobia do. They fall in love with a queer person. They take advantage of him for like half of his life. They drain him of his energy. And when they are incapable, they don't have the energy to reciprocate, or they want to do something and they fail at doing it. Like at this point, getting Padmaavat, they become depressed. Then old age hits them, and now they want a queer person's help. Now they only trust queer people. Now this is bullshit. This also happens in real life. This also happens now. All these queer people are being betrayed by these straight people. They'll be like, I could not reciprocate the love you gave me for 20, 30 years. Now I am old. No one respects me, the straight person says, or the person with the internalized homophobia says, no one respects me. My family is trying to betray me, are trying to kill me, to abduct the throne. You are the only one I can trust because you are the one who truly loves me. That you come to the conclusion while you're dying. But this person has given up their whole life for you. It was 800 years ago. People, then they had slaves. Then they had slaves at that time. Then the at that time there was no choice. They could have only committed sati to save themselves. But today, present, it is not like that anymore, right? It's not 800 years ago. You don't, to escape from an enemy, you don't have to go and commit sati. To leave an abusive relationship, you don't have to wait for like all these atrocities that are happening to you. You don't have to wait. Just leave that relationship. You're not a slave. But most queer people fail to understand this. They still repeat the same mistake. We say, right, learn from the past, because the history is repeating itself. If we don't learn from the past, we are just we just repeat the same mistake again and again, never learn from it. As queer people, this is like a big struggle queer people face in their life, to like get back from relationships or lovers that they have not shown equal attention back to them, and they spend their whole life just for this person, all their talents. Malik Kafur was so talented. He was a slave who was an amazing war general. He had so many tactics. He's such he's like an all-rounded person, as queer people are. He's also an all-rounded person. He has so much talent, but all got like wasted on this one person. We don't have to be like that anymore. It's a queer tragedy a person has faced. Like, at the end, what happened? They killed Malik Kafur. They assassinated him. For all his help to the throne, to the Khiljis, He literally made them rich, the whole empire. And what did they do? They killed him. After Alauddin Khilji died, there were like two rulers, and the Khilji dynasty ended. This is a real, like Malik Kafur and Alauddin Khilji, those two characters are real life characters. They are real life people. They ruled India 800 years ago. And it is it was it felt so heartwarming. I felt so rejoiced when a queer person who had not yet come out felt that once upon a time India was ruled by a bisexual ruler with his gay lover. And I was like, oh my god, that is like amazing. Once upon a time that did happen. Like, two men in love did rule the whole country and more of it, more than India also. And in Alauddin's grave, now it is carved that he was the second Alexander the Great because he conquered so much of land. Like a bisexual ruler, guys, a gay viceroy, slay harder. I was truly enthralled while seeing the movie. I have rewatched it so many times. I made so many notes. It's just fucking amazing to say the least. And I can't wait for Sanjay Leela Bhansali's next. Hira Mandi is coming on Netflix. I can't wait to see that. If you guys have any interesting thoughts about the movie that you would like to share, please comment them down below. I would like to know it. That's the video. Essay. Thank you and see you next time.